My name is Antonio Brooks. I'm 44 years old. I did a total of 25 years straight in the penitentiary. First time ever getting in trouble. No alpha formers or anything like that. Just had a co-defendant tell on me on the case. And I just got out recently and basically getting back in contact with all of my family at this moment in time. This is my story that I'm trying to reach out to let everybody know that you can make it after doing a full extent sentence, that you can change, you can do better, you can be a better brother, better husband, better friend, a better son to your family members, and also be a real legit citizen upon getting out and being out and trying to get back and being successful in society.
So, can you share a bit about your life before incarceration and what are some of the dreams and aspirations that you had in that time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My main dream was to always be an entrepreneur, whether through real estate, or rather open up clubs or even clothing lines. But that quickly diminished when I got kicked out of school. I wouldn't say I was a star athlete, but I was a good athlete and on my verge of going to college, to D1. I got shot in my leg, and then I entered into the streets and started hustling, started selling drugs, eventually ended up robbing people and robbing jewelry stores and hanging around the wrong crowd. My life just dwindled all the way down to me eventually end up going to the penitentiary.
So would you say that what led to the circumstances that resulted in your incarceration?
What led to it was basically out of greed. I didn't have no job. I didn't have no structure as a man. I didn't have no future aspirations after I seen that I wasn't going to college. The only thing next to me that I can possibly be successful or to see myself, getting my name known, was to rip and run in the streets, gang banging, hanging around guys that I knew, that were selling drugs. So eventually I'm gonna end up selling drugs. Once you pick up a gun and a pistol, it's like life changing, to where when you hold that gun in your hand and you see the fear in somebody's eyes and the power that you have and what you're able to do with it, it basically changed my life and made my ego create a whole new me. And it just basically gave me another purpose in life, and to want to do wrong, to want to get over as much as I possibly can, and to just be in the streets and have people fearing me instead of respecting me.
Okay. So how did your background and upbringing shape your perspective on life?
Oh man, I have excellent family. I have a lot of family members that went to college, business owners. My household, man, we all working class citizens in my household. I'm pretty much like the only one that was like in the streets and just doing bad and chose to live that lifestyle. But as far as like having, being in a 2-home parent house, I had that. I have a wonderful mother, man, that's always been there for me. Siblings that's always gave me a reminder to stay in school, to do right, do good. I have family members that's teachers, very educated. So it wasn't my upbringing that led me to the street life. It was my own demise of my own greed of wanting to go out there and pursue that type of lifestyle.
Okay. So your initial thoughts and feelings, like when you were sentenced, like what were you feeling at that time?
Oh man, when I was sitting in there in the jury trial and Keith Robinson, quote unquote, he was supposed to be my best friend at the time, but we know how that thing goes. When he got on stand and he pointed me out and was telling on me and saying that I was at the scene of the crime, of which the crime that he committed, it hurt. It hurt. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to the world, lie to anybody that's viewing this, that I was the strongest man in the world sitting in that courtroom. It broke me down. I cried. I was definitely hurt. I felt extremely diminished. I felt like I let down everybody in my family down. And it was no way that I can go to each one of my family members and people that looked up to me and tell them that I'm sorry. Because soon as they found me guilty, I was on the next thing smoking, headed to the penitentiary at 19 years old. And going through that whole trial period, man, it was like my lowest of the low. I never felt that type of anguish, that type of hurt that I caused on myself more than anything that I have ever went through in my life.
Man, that's something. So when you were transitioning from, pretty much from freedom to the prison life, how did you cope with that? Or how did you, you know what I mean? Like I guess compensate for that, going from one lifestyle change to the next?
Oh man, it was just a whole new world set for me because I never been in trouble. I knew how much time I had to do. And you'll be like seeing movies and seeing stories, but when you finally get there, you'll see that it's totally different. The violence is definitely real. So you have to get in there, you have to fight, you have to maybe stab a few people. You have to stand on who you are as a man to be able to survive in prison. You can't let nobody talk crazy to you, put their hands on you, or you're not gonna make it. So me adjusting from coming from the free world and being in prison, my attitude was real high. Again, I was mad. I wasn't depressed, but I was mad at myself. And I didn't want to take none of my anger out on me because I still love myself. So any chance that I got, I'm having a fight. Any chance that I got, man, I'm stabbing somebody. Any chance that I got to where I can let the next dude know that who's ever think they the toughest, that you not finna come with none of that trash over here to me. So for the first, I say 5, 6, 7 years, it was complete violence. Fighting every day, I'm going through it every day. My anger, my temperament is real bad to the point to where I was locked up in SEG and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I started to see all these scars on my face. My body is getting tired, I'm getting older, and I told myself, like, man, if I keep on fighting, I keep on living this type of lifestyle, I'm gonna end up killing somebody in prison or somebody gonna end up killing me. So at that moment of time, when I was in SEG, it just was like an epiphany. And when I got out of SEG, I just started going to school because I didn't finish high school. So I went and got my GED. And I think, honestly, to myself, even to this day, when I got my GED, I became addicted to getting accomplishments. So after that, I just started getting any trade that yard, that facility had, that I went and got. So I went and got my masonry trade, my plumbing trade, my carpentry trade, my electrical trade, my HVAC trade, anything that I can do to where I can better myself. So once I did get back out to my family, I'll be a better me, a better person, you know what I'm saying? Not only to be able to help myself, but to be able to help my family as well, because this was the only thing that I felt that I could show how sorry I was for what I done did and what I done caused on me and my loved ones.
So we back with another episode of Chopping It Up, bro. This is chapter 2 of our installment. And so, cause on this chapter, I'm gonna ask you, how was it when you was actually inside? So one question I did have was, did you have any mentors or like figures inside or person that influenced you through your journey?
Yeah, most definitely. But to get to how was it? Oh man, the living conditions is terrible. You in a 6x9 cell. You don't know what kind of celly that you might have. It's dirty, it's nasty. The food is absolutely terrible. So if you like eating, this is not a place for you. As far as like having a mentor as like some staffs, I didn't have none of that. The police, case managers, wardens, captains, they all look down on you when you locked up. it's just like a modern day slavery type of camp, type of structure that you might can put your mind on. But as far as like meeting people, like lifers that done did a lot of time, that'll snatch a youngster up, that ain't on no funny business, no gay stuff, and just to try to mentor you, you know what I mean, to go to school, stay out of trouble, write your parents, write your mama. If you got any kids, write your kids. This was the type of motivation that, you know what I'm saying, some of the elders that had a good solid mind that was there at different yards that I was at, that'll be able to help you stay on the right track. As far as like medical, oh man, this is the worst medical system. You will not get the proper help that you might need nowhere in DOC. So trying to stay healthy, even a common cold, you have to be on point with guarding yourself, protecting yourself as much as possible.
All right. So, what were some of your biggest like challenges you faced while you were doing your sentence?
Well, my biggest challenge that I faced was when I didn't want to be affiliated anymore. I didn't want to run with gangs anymore. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, be the person that I was when I got there, compared to the man that I am now. Because if I knew that if I would have stayed the same person that I was, then me making it through them challenges, I wouldn't be here speaking to y'all today. So my biggest challenge to me was trying to conquer the younger self that I was, so the man in me can grow and flourish and be right here with y'all today.
Right. Ready? So, for the people out there, can you like describe a typical day? How would you feel your time, like from sun up to the time you lay your head on the pillow? Like how was that?
Most definitely. Like I'm an early bird, so I get up at probably like, let's say 5:30, depending on what time Salat is in. I get up and pray, wash my face, brush my teeth, use the bathroom, and either if I had a job working in maintenance or was going to school, I go directly there. And then after that, I leave there, I go to the gym, go work out. Once I go work out, I come back to the unit, get back fresh again, eat me something, cook something real good to where I can kind of like get some nutrition off of, eat that, relax a little bit, and probably go shoot some hoop, play some basketball. But for the most part, I stayed in my cell studying and trying to, you know, get as many trades and accolades that I could possibly get.
Already. Hey, people need to know. So, what were some of the valuable lessons that you learned during your incarceration?
Whew, man, there's so many. There's so many valuable lessons, man. And just to pinpoint one that I can just really just give y'all briefly, it was when I stopped wanting to be a real violent guy and change my life and start getting my education all the way right. Once I got my GED, I honestly became addicted to getting accomplishments. So once I got my GED, man, I wanted more. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to get trades. I wanted to do more to build myself up to where when I got out, I wouldn't have a problem with finding no job. I wouldn't have to be relying on family to taking care of me. And that was my biggest challenge, you know what I mean, that I can basically say, you know, and it helped. It was like I killed the younger me so the older me can flourish.
Damn, man, that's what's up, bro. All right, so last question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
How did you maintain hope and motivation through all that time? Because 25 years is a long time, bro.
Man.
People, you know, a lot of people don't make it to where you at right now.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
It's a great thing that you've made it this far, but like, let people know how you got this far and to give them a little bit of like, you know, enlightenment, whether they going through anything, man. Don't have to be in prison, just through daily life. Like, what kind of motivation?
Yeah.
You know, the hope that you have.
Oh man, the biggest hope, man, that you gotta rely on is the Lord up above. Man, without Allah being in my life, being there for me, I would not be here today. I would not be able to look at my cousin in his face and his eyes, man. And man, let him know how much I respect him and love him. Man, it's just, man, God, man. That's the only way to sum it all up. Without him, I wouldn't have made it through anything. So you gotta look at yourself, look at your life. Just take a minute, sit down. Even wherever you can find a quiet place at, sit down somewhere, man, and just speak to God, to the God of your understanding. Because it was different for me. You know, I chose for Allah to be my God because I don't want to add partners to him. But so you find your creator of your understanding and you worship him. And he'll take all your stress, he'll take all your pain, all your anguish, and he'll put you on the right track to where you can get rid of all of that sadness. And he'll replace it with happiness. He'll replace it with love. He'll replace it with joy. So just believe, you know what I mean? No matter what, I don't care if it's drugs. I don't care if your girl left you. I don't care if it's death. I don't care if it's sickness. Just keep believing in the God of your understanding and you will definitely pull through just like how I did.
Man, that's beautiful, bro. I really appreciate you sharing this chapter with us. And like I said once before, we're gonna be back again for chapter 3.
For sure that.
I already know, man. Like I said, I appreciate you. And to the next episode, man. Y'all stay up, man.
Straight up.
So we back with the final segment of our 3-part piece on the life of the great Antonio Brooks. And man, it's been great, man. So this last installment, man, I just wanted to tap in with you and talk about life after release, right? Mm-hmm. So what were some of your first thoughts and feelings when you finally was released?
Oh man, it was just an extreme high sense of joy. It was seeming like all of my anguish, my oppression, everything had left. And I feel like I was just a new person being placed in a new situation. And it seemed like all of my senses started to get back together with one another. And my train of thought shifted to where it became a little bit more broader. The sun was feeling different when it shined on my skin. As the wind blew, everything, it was just different. It was just immaculate.
So what challenges have you faced in adjusting with outside of the zip?
The main challenge that I had to adjust with was trying to stay patient and to wait to get a job. And not being able to just like back in the day when you'll go to a place where you want to work at, fill out the application, you might get hired on the spot. So my biggest challenge was going through the whole process of going on the internet, filling out my applications and doing all that, and then having to wait to see which company was gonna call me. But other than that, that's been my biggest challenge.
Okay, and now we know that you're already locked in.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying, which is another blessing. So how has the world changed since you were incarcerated? How has that impacted your reintegration into, the world?
Oh, definitely technology. Technology is at its peak.
Yeah.
It's pretty much at its highest as far as like the time zone right now.
Yeah.
So I had to get adapted. I already knew how to use a cell phone because I always had a cell phone when I was locked up. But as far as like being able to get on the computer and do certain stuff and have to connect with the internet to do multiple different things, man, that was my adjustment phase that I had to tackle down, get familiar with, and get it done to where I can blend in.
Man, these phones is so high tech now. Even I have issues with my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dang, how I do this? When the upgrade comes, it's like now I gotta restart and relearn everything.
Straight up.
Trust me, man. I understand. It's always moving at a fast pace.
Yeah.
So, were there any misconceptions about individuals who have been locked up that you would like to address?
Never no misconceptions because I know going through that situation, everybody is stressful. You're mad, you're angry, you're sad. Some of us be able to deal with our depression a little bit better than others. But I have no ill feelings towards nobody that I was locked up with, came in contact with, man, because it's a different situation. And you know, by being in a different situation like that, if we didn't have no fight, or if we didn't get into a stabbing session with a knife, or had no arguments, hey man, you know you my brother, man. Whenever you need me, you want to talk, you want to relieve some stress, you need some help, you know what I'm saying, you need a package, you need some money on your books because baby ain't doing it, or your parents or your family might be going through a hard time, man, just tap in, man, you know what I'm saying, and I'll make sure, man, I get you something your way.
Yeah, that's love right there.
For sure, for sure.
So, last, you know what I'm saying, question I got for you for this part. What message do you have, do you hope to share with offers or who may be in a similar situation, who are struggling with reintegration into the world, or just getting back out, you know, that's new in it, and that maybe have fears of getting back into society, or what message do you have for those people that's out there?
Don't be afraid. This is your life. You breathe in this air. So you take each opportunity that you possibly can. It might be a baby step for the first couple of months, but take those initial baby steps to where your steps will start growing. Don't get frustrated. If a job is not calling you back, keep applying, keep applying, keep applying until one of those jobs call you back. And when you get that job, you try your best to be the hardest worker in the room, to where they know that the decision that they made on hiring you from coming out of your previous situation, that it was worth hiring you. So therefore you can open up the door for somebody similar like us. When they get out, they won't have this boxed in mindset about somebody getting out of prison and need to work. But you can change that, and you can help somebody else that's coming out of the same similar situation. And just stay focused. But I always have this thing that I tell myself, even when I was locked up, because I knew that this day was coming. And that quote is, stay focused on your mission and not on your condition. Because if you stay focused on your mission, you can change your current condition.
That's real, bro. That's real. So, aside from that, man, I really want to ask you one question. What's up with all the green, man?
Come on, man. You know what it is.
What's all the green, bro?
Well, you know, my other cousin Fred, he's not here right now. And me and Junior, man, we went to the game. We was behind enemy lines. I'm gonna tell you what, no matter, I don't care what it was. We was at the game. The experience was the biggest thing for us. And just being in that atmosphere behind enemy lines, and also getting that win, that W, made the whole situation, man, a whole lot better. And this is why I'm wrapped up in green, because you know it's fly, Eagles fly into the day that I die, baby.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, for y'all, you know, you can't see him behind the camera, obviously, but y'all know me. I've been an Eagles fan for a minute, man, and this is actually my first Eagles game. This is our first Eagles game, man, and I can't express how, oh man, I have a headache from the excitement right now.
For sure.
Bro. So I'm gonna go drink some water and lay down. But this experience, especially with you, man, like
yes, sir.
Bro, it's been,
man,
you know
absolutely, cuz. Absolutely. From beginning to end. From beginning to end. Yeah.
So, you know, and this ain't the last time.
Most definitely.
This is just first of many.
Most definitely. Next time we'll be at the link. We gonna be in Philly, and we'll be at the link, and it's gonna be on a whole nother level.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. So that is the conclusion of this 3-part session. Stay tuned. You already know we got more stuff coming out, so you already know what it is, man. Foreign Cuts Forever.